Just tell them it's not for them right now, and whenever they want to come back to the class, feel free to come back.
And you are getting them coming
Some
back.
come back.
Yeah.
Some come back,
Well,
some don't.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able, obviously, to get everybody, but
No.
but I think what's great about it is, and this is the importance of the peer education program, not only your enthusiasm about this program that I think is tremendously helpful, but also the fact that they see someone who is incarcerated at the same time saying, look, this is working for me, this is something that'll work for you. And I think, Ken's a very bright man. He's somebody who really is, I think, doing some great things. But whether he says it or I say it, and probably more so if I say it, it's probably going to have, in some respects, less credibility in the eyes of some inmates versus someone like yourself who is serving time, who can say, wait a minute, I'm doing the program. It's a great program, and this is why it has to work, because I think they see you on the same level, and it seems to me that that's a benefit.
Yeah, it has been. I try at all times to help most of my fellow inmates because everybody has problems. Everybody has different levels of dealing with their problems. And education is a big one.
Yeah.
Education in this system is a big one, I noticed.
I have to tell you, when Ken, when you first came to me and talked about this program, I was ecstatic, because I thought, we're constantly looking for programs that really are going to be fruitful, that we can see real results. And to be tied into the Career Center, to do it from the prison, having this be the pilot for Massachusetts, to me was exciting. I thought, this is great. We're going to be able to really measure some success and see, and hearing from you, Sherry, that the enthusiasm, the fact that you think this is really great for inmates, I think is wonderful. And I think it's going to reap some great results. Ultimately, not only for the inmates themselves to be on a new path, but also for public safety. But Ken, I want to ask you. You went to a conference recently. And
yes, the conference that I attended and was the Workforce 2010. This is the annual conference put on by ACT, which is the key certifier for education across this country. And they had never had this topic of the importance of certification for ex-offenders as a topic. And so I put in a proposal to be a speaker at that conference, was accepted, and had very good attendance. And I had many people from the law enforcement area, from other career centers across the country, who attended the workshop. There were approximately 60 people there, and we were able to use a portion of the time for my presentation. But then I opened it up and I said, what are we doing around the country? And there were many things that are being done around the country. My motivation has been to have the state accept this statewide. I'd like to see it in every institute, in every prison across the state, because it is so economical to use, and it motivates people in a variety of ways. We had one young woman who scored, the scoring is from 1 to 7, and so we set a goal of 5. We'd like to have people try to achieve a 5. That's equivalent to basically what the skill that they would have when they're entering college, high school education. And so there was this one young woman who scored a 2 on math, and she was very deflated. And so then I had her test on 2 other areas, locating information and observation. She scored a 6 on those 2 things. So this gave her motivation, but also indicates, here's a career path. What about a quality control person?
Right.
Who can score 6 on observation?
Right.
So there are thousands of jobs that are profiled that say this is the level that you need, whether it be a 4 or 5 or 3. These are the areas that you need to be proficient in this occupation, so that once we know the strengths and weaknesses of a person, we can direct them to an occupation that's appropriate for their education level.
Well, I could have used that when I graduated from high school and went to college. I got into accounting, and I found out in the first semester absolutely what I did not want to do in life. But it took me having to go through that that painful process of a semester of accounting, and I realized that that was not,
Well,
not my strength.
I went through 2 years, and it wasn't until I got to auditing that I said, this is not what I want to do for my life.
Yeah, but I think it's absolutely wonderful that we're able now, and that's a great example of how we can actually direct through this assessment program the opportunity for inmates to go to a career path that they're going to probably be likely to succeed in, and probably when they go to that employer, they'll sense the enthusiasm and the fact that they have the skill in that area, which ultimately might position them better for the job.
In a real life situation, some of the things that I learned at this conference, companies like Campbell Soup test all of their employees, certify all of their employees for initially coming into the company and also advancing within the company. They have, when a person qualifies at the level that's required for any of their profile jobs, they waive the 2 years of experience for that person to come in, so that this has opened up opportunities for high school students graduating that they would have never had, because where do you get 2 years of industrial experience in North Carolina if you cannot work for Campbell Soup?
Sure.
There was another example of a company that certified all of their employees, and there was a woman sitting at the receptionist desk, and she scored 6 out of 7 on math. And so the owner of the company said, "You really like this, don't you?" And she said, "Yes." And so she said, "Well, when there's an opening in my payroll department, that's where I want you to be." And so now this woman is responsible for 2,500 paychecks a month. Nothing in the review of her function as a receptionist would have ever brought that to light.
Wow. I may be talking to you about some of that assessment stuff for us and helping us to even be more efficient than we are here in the sheriff's office. So, but listen, having both of you here, I thought what a great program. Ken, thank you for introducing it to us.
You're
here.
certainly welcome.
And Sherry, thank you for your great work that you're doing with the inmates. You're both making a big difference in the lives of a lot of people and ultimately impacting public safety in a real positive way. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
that'll do it for this edition of Just in Time. Please feel free to pass along any questions or comments you may have. I always enjoy hearing what's on your mind. You can reach me either by regular mail or by email. Our street address is Bristol County Sheriff's Office, 400 Faunce Corner Road, Dartmouth, Mass. 02747. And my email address, and don't forget to email me. It's sheriff@bcso-ma.org. I'm Sheriff Tom Hodgson. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.